Mr. T, I think you're frozen.
While we're waiting for Mr. T to come back, my name is Mark Hoffman. I'm the 10th grade administrator. I want to welcome all our families to our Cambridge Night. It's an amazing program we have here, and we're excited for the opportunity your children have to be involved in this passionate, rigorous program. We're excited to have you a part of our family next year, and we're looking forward to having you join us. Welcome, Gators.
My name is Mr. Henry. I am the 11th grade administrator. Again, echoing the sentiments of my colleagues, we're so excited to have you all here tonight, and we hope that our programs, especially our Cambridge program, which you're going to hear a lot about tonight, is one that you will find is the perfect program to help your child make it to that next level. So thank you for joining us, and we look forward to having you as Gators in the upcoming school year. You're still muted, T.
My microphone gave out.
All right, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Is my microphone back?
Absolutely.
Okay, there we go. I think my microphone gave out. I apologize. Along with the assistant principals that you've just heard from, we also have Mr. Smith, who's our current 9th grade assistant principal, and Ms. Thompson, who's our newest administrator. Mr. T, I'm the 12th grade administrator and the administrator for the Cambridge program. Also with us tonight, I'd like to introduce our director, counseling director, Ms. Finn.
Hi, my name is Ms. Alvarez Finn, and I'm the school counseling director. Very excited for you guys to hear all the information about Cambridge tonight. And if you do have any questions, the chat is open. And if you have any questions after the presentation, you can always feel free to email us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Finn. We also have with us our school counselor for the Cambridge program, Ms. Thomas.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, parents. Welcome, students. Parents, I know this is a very exciting time. It just seems like the other day you were walking them into kindergarten, and now I'm here to help you with the 4-year plan for high school into post-secondary plans. Along with the post-secondary plans, besides our wonderful director, Ms. Finn, we do have on the line Mr. Lanfranco. He is our brace advisor who works very closely with students in all grades, but mostly 12th and 11th with the priority because of all the scholarships and college opportunities that arise then. So welcome. I'm here to answer the questions in the chat as well as we go through the program. Mr. Lanfranco?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm Mr. Franco, the school brace advisor, which stands for Broward Advisor for Continuing Education. And I work closely with Ms. Thomas and Ms. Finn, the school counseling team, to ensure that your child, even from 9th grade until 12th grade, is college career ready. As you mentioned, I do work closely with 12th and 11th grade compared to 9th and 10th grade, but it is never too early to start planning for college and careers. I hope you guys join us in 9th grade.
Mr. T.
Thank you, Mr. Lanfranco. Along with our administrative team, we also have one of our amazing Cambridge teachers. Yes. Oh, Thompson, yes. How are you? Would you like
I'm
to great.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break the agenda, but I wanted to introduce myself because I'm one of the new assistant principals here. I'm quite excited to hear more about the Cambridge program myself. I'd like to welcome our future Gators, and I'm sure once you hear all the wonderful information about this program, you'll be one of the first to want to come to our school on next year. And we're so excited that you are here with us on tonight and can't wait for you to join us on next year. Thank you very much. I'm sorry about that, Mr. T.
Not at all. Thank you for joining us, Ms. Thompson. In addition to our great administrative team, we also have our amazing Mr. Egner joining us as well. Mr. Egner?
Hi, everyone. My name is Daniel Egner. This is my 9th year teaching at Everglades. My primary experience here comes through teaching ACE US history. So it's very likely that I will see your children in a few years when they're in 11th grade. I really can't wait for that opportunity.
Thank you, sir. We'll be hearing a little bit more from Mr. Egner in a little bit. We'll be hearing a little bit more from Mr. Egner in a little bit. I apologize for some of the technical difficulties we're experiencing tonight. We seem to be having some internet ins and outs. So to continue with our agenda for the evening, we'll be talking a bit about we'll be looking at both the traditional high school diploma as well as the Cambridge or ACE diploma requirements. We talked a little bit about the GPA and what GPA really looks at and how they're different and why they're important. We're going to have the teacher's perspective with Mr. Egner, where he'll discuss the difference between ACE and AP, as well as the rigor level that's going to be expected of your students entering this program. We'd like to finish up with the good stuff, with the fun stuff, the benefits of the Cambridge program and how the Cambridge course progression goes and how that all ties into Bright Futures. So first, just a little bit about Cambridge in general. The Cambridge International Examination Program is developed by the University of Cambridge in Oxford. There's 10,000 Cambridge schools worldwide, only 400 in the United States, across the entire country. It's a nonprofit organization that provides the rigor and international curriculum that many of the top universities in the country expect from their students at this point. The Cambridge emphasizes rigor. The examinations, or the qualifications as they call them, are designed to prove that a student has not only met the high school requirements, but are designed on the Cambridge program is denoted for its excellence in education and their learner-centered. The difference between the Cambridge program and other rigorous programs is that it is designed to specifically target the learner. The idea is that the students will generate and be able to present articulate arguments based on research, and they are going to have to present those things in many different ways. A lot of our students in our Global Gators program, our pre-ACE program over at Glades Middle, are getting a taste of that with Mr. Egner, that the information in their traditional school settings is presented to them and they're supposed to repeat it. In a Cambridge program, that's not the case. Cambridge curriculum is designed for the students to take information, to take ideas and formulate arguments. I know many students take this and run with it. It becomes more of a questioning scenario and less of a, I'm here to just hear information. They question, they explore, they grow as individuals beyond their typical high school experience. The notion is that they stress deep thinking and problem solving, not surface level. I know Mr. Egner usually will go deep into this, so I'm trying not to steal his thunder, but that's the major difference between a Cambridge curriculum and an AP curriculum or an IB curriculum or something of that nature. We're looking at the deep dive here. It makes learning both rigorous and relevant because we'll be touching on so many current issues and the students will be asked to formulate their own ideas. The relevance of the information and the relevance of what they'll be learning will extend beyond the classroom into their everyday, day-to-day lives. The idea is we're preparing everyday learners. We're preparing long-term successful individual and not someone who's only is designed to be successful in one particular class, but somebody who will be designed to be successful in life. The Cambridge Diploma focuses on 4 main areas. We'll touch on that in a little bit: the science and math, language, social sciences, and interdisciplinary studies. Students are encouraged to take other courses as electives or based on their interest or preference. Universities are looking for the well-rounded student. We're not simply looking for one student to do one thing and that's all they're doing. We offer a number of rigorous programs, including, this is recent and we wanted you to be the first to know, we're going to be offering a pre-law program starting next year for our freshmen. So we encourage our students to get involved with our biomedical program, our engineering, our robotics. We have many, many innovative programs at Everglades High School, and we encourage our students, especially in our Cambridge program, to touch on as many of them as they would like to try to get that experience. So let's continue with our agenda. The standard high school diploma. The standard high school diploma is buckets, for lack of a better term. The traditional model from K to A is taking steps. You do everything you need to do in each grade level to take the next. A high school experience is designed in buckets. A student needs to complete all 10 buckets within their 4 years of high school in order to earn a standard high school diploma. Those buckets include 4 credits in English, 4 credits in math, one of which must be Algebra 1, the other of which must be Algebra 2, 3 credits in biology, one of which must be 3 credits of science, one of which must be biology, 3 specific courses in the social sciences, 1 credit of PE, 1 credit of fine arts, 8 credits of electives, 1 online course, the service learning requirement, and assessments in GPA. While the service learning requirement for a standard high school diploma is 40 credit hours, for a Cambridge student, we stress the minimum of 100 service hours, which we will explain in a little bit. The Florida High School Diploma for Cambridge students looks a little different. While we still have the traditional English, math, science, and social studies, they've eliminated the PE and online course requirement in favor of the 4 categories of Cambridge. For the Cambridge Diploma, we have 4 different buckets. So category 1 is science and math. The student, in order to earn their Cambridge Diploma, must take and complete 7 Cambridge exams, at least 1 in each of the 4 categories. One of those courses must be Global Perspectives, ACE Global Perspectives. We offer a number of courses in each of the categories that will allow our students to earn this, as well as many different college credits for their individual universities. Some of the courses we offer are ACE Environmental Management, ACE English and Spanish Language, US History, ACE US History, International History, Sociology, Digital Design, Media Studies, along with a number of other courses that are being introduced every year. Not included on this list is our ACE Mathematics program or ACE Computer Science, which are very rigorous programs designed for the upper level student who is looking at engineering and physics as a potential career. We offer courses both on the AS and A level. The A level is the higher of the 2 courses. AS is the first course and the A level is the second year. In interdisciplinary studies, we also offer thinking skills, general paper, and global perspectives A level. So next I wanted to touch a little bit on GPA. There are 3 levels of GPA, all for the weighted. Unweighted GPA is the standard 0 to 4 scale that everybody is familiar with, no matter where you are. An A is worth 4 points, a B is worth 3, and so on. In Broward County, a state or local honors course is on a scale of 5 points. Meaning, if you get an A, your weighted GPA will be a 5.0, as opposed to a 4.0. This will not affect the unweighted GPA, but will have a direct effect on the weighted GPA. The Cambridge, which is otherwise as ACE, AP, and dual enrollment courses, all of which are offered at Everglades High School, are on a scale of 6.0. An A would be worth 6, a B would be worth 5, a C would be worth 4. I'd like everyone to note that a D or an F, regardless of level, are still worth 1 or 0 points. The honors point or the honors point for ACE, AP, or dual enrollment are only awarded to students who score an A, B, or C. I've been asked and approached by some different students, well, if I just take all regular classes, I'll get A's and I'll get a 4.0, and that's what universities are looking for. Through our experiences, through my experience working with seniors and speaking with many college admissions advisors, every single university I've spoken to all tell me the same thing. The number one thing they're looking for and the number one thing they're expecting is the rigor. They're expecting students at the upper level to be in the ACE, AP, dual enrollment courses that are going to define their transcripts. Not all universities outside the state will recognize every ACE college credit, but the expectation is that they are taking these level courses because the rigor is the most important. As you look at these 3 different students, we can see they all have very different outcomes, even though they all receive straight A's. The academic core, which are the courses that are going to be your math, science, social studies, and English, are going to be the first thing universities look at. But do not discount the elective credits as well. The elective credits can have a very dramatic and drastic effect on your overall weighted GPA. Overall weighted GPA is used in the calculation of school rank, and it will also be utilized in selecting the valedictorian. The academic core GPA is the closest, not perfect, but the closest thing that we have to the Bright Futures GPA. While the unweighted GPA is used to figure out if students are eligible for graduation, something I don't expect to be an issue for any of the students I'm speaking to tonight. I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Egner, our wonderful ACE International, our ACE US History and our Global Gators teacher, to give us a little bit about his perspective on AP versus ACE and the rigor of the ACE program. Mr. Egner.
Hi, everyone. Once again, my name is Daniel Egner. I may have had some experience with your student and the pre-ACE program that we have running with Glades Middle. When they do go to Everglades and get to high school, they'll likely have me for 11th grade ACE US History. I've taught that now for 5 years. I also have a lot of experience with AP US History as well. It's my 7th year teaching that. I can really say that, having these several years to think about it, I really like the ACE program, particularly for a few reasons. One, the flexibility that it offers the teacher and the class. The way that the curriculum is structured is that it gives a lot of freedom to teachers to kind of choose various topics to talk about or to focus more in depth on, depending upon their students' interests. Based on the certain year and even by the certain period that I'm teaching, I'll have classes who are interested in different topics. And this sort of gives me the chance to, use, as they say, like teachable moments, maybe go into current events and not worry as much about, I got to meet this certain deadline. I can tell you right now, teaching AP US History, this year I felt like I was breezing through the curriculum as fast as I've ever done. And I just checked my pacing recently this past week, and I'm not ahead at all. I'm right where I have to be with AP. With ACE, I'm going to be finished with my curriculum by the end of February, which means that I get to spend more time reviewing for the test with the students. Also, it, again, gives me more freedom to sort of go off the beaten path, if you will, and talk about different topics. I think a good example of that would be when earlier in the year, I spent a week going over the Constitution with my students, the history of it, the structure of it, and the sort of the future discussions that Americans will have about the Constitution. That's not something I can do in, really any other class where I can just say, you know what, I want to spend a week talking about something that my students found interesting or that I myself as an educator find to be very important. But that's what the Cambridge program allows. And instead of, having to pick and choose, okay, well, do I talk about this slightly off topic topic, I guess, a slightly off topic material, or do I stay with the curriculum? With Cambridge, because as Mr. T explained earlier, they're more worried about trying to factor in skills, right? Trying to learn about, trying to get our students to practice various skills with reading and writing. That really any sort of topic that you pick can be used to help your students in that fashion. And that's what I really like about the Cambridge program is the freedom that it gives the educators and the class, and the idea that there's no such thing as a wasted class, right? Any class spent learning, even if it's about a slightly different topic, can very well be useful in helping them expand those thinking skills. Because that really is the thinking skills really is the basis of the Cambridge program. The AP program, if you will, is more kind of a mile wide and an inch deep, right? Where you have to go over all these different topics and talk about them a little bit. The Cambridge program kind of narrows that, right? So maybe instead of being a mile wide, it's a football field wide, but we get to go a lot more in depth into the topics than I could in the AP program. And as Mr. T had explained, GPA wise, they're the same. So in in an AP class and an A in a Cambridge class, both gives you that 6.0 on the GPA, the weighted GPA scale. So personally, that's why I really enjoy teaching ACE US history and just being a Cambridge teacher in general. I really do like the freedom it gives me and it gives my students. I think I'll turn it back over to Mr. T unless there's something else he'd like me to expand on.
No, sir, that was perfect. Thank you so much.
No problem at all.
Like I said before, Mr. Egner is one of our amazing teachers. I know some of the students out there have gotten a chance to experience him, and I know we're going to be continuing with our global perspectives and our program. So I wanted to talk next about some frequently asked questions that we get about our Cambridge program. What if I don't earn the ACE diploma? So the goal for every student that we enroll in our Cambridge program, whether it be our fast track or our regular track program, is for the student to earn the Cambridge diploma. But in the event that a student does not earn the Cambridge diploma, still be college credit for every exam that they pass. One of the recommendations and one of the things I usually do with the students on campus is I ask them to look at the credit by exam pages for each of the universities. A lot of times those credit by exam pages will tell them what college credits they can earn by passing those individual tests. That also helps guide them to selecting the right courses. The next question we usually get asked is, do all colleges award credit for passing the ACE test? The short answer to that is no. So if a student is interested in going to Harvard, the expectation is that you will be taking your classes at Harvard. If the student would like to go to Yale, the same. In Florida, all public colleges and universities award credit. Outside of Florida, it's going to be a different case. It's going to be a case-by-case basis. After tonight's event, we will be posting this PowerPoint on the website. So that way you'll be able to click on the link there to see the recognition database. Again, another way you students can do that is by going to the university's website and credit by exam page. It's important that students know what class will or will not get credit for, because it will also help them plan their success and help guide their choices over the next 4 years. What are my options if I finish after 11th grade? Cambridge is a 3-year program. The difference between our regular track and fast track students is when they take their first exam. The clock on a Cambridge student starts the moment they take their first. We've had over 30 students in each of the past 2 years, this year and last year, that will complete their Cambridge diploma by their 11th grade year. With that, they open a possibility of many different options. One of which being continuing to take rigorous courses on Everglades campus. You may continue to take ACE and AP and dual enrollment courses at Everglades if you wish. Another option that has become more and more beloved by students is the early admissions process. It's a little early to be thinking about that, but it is something that will be available to our students in the 11th grade or after the 11th grade, having completed their Cambridge diploma and still having 1 more year of high school before applying for the traditional university admissions. In early admissions, you are still an Everglades high school student, but you take classes full-time at Broward College. It's a great way for students to try to earn their associate's degree before leaving high school. I know we have a number of students every year that earn their associate's degree. I believe we had 4 last year. And it's a good way to try to save a little bit of money going into those last 2 years of college. One of the benefits of earning that associate's degree prior to graduating high school is it provides students with the opportunity to apply as both a first-year student and a transfer student for admission to universities. It gives them more options, it provides more availability. So it is an option. It's not for everybody. Some people don't want to do that early admissions. They're looking at the Harvard or the Yales, and they want to continue their AP and ACE curriculum to get that rigor. But the early admissions route is one of the things we offer so that students will still be able to complete their Cambridge diploma and earn those college credits. In addition, one of the major benefits of completing your Cambridge diploma by your 11th grade year is bright future eligibility. If you complete your Cambridge diploma in your 12th grade year, your bright futures eligibility through Cambridge will not be available until your fall semester. By completing it during your junior, your bright futures eligibility will kick in during the summer, right after your senior year. So it's an additional semester that would be available to the student with the Bright Future Scholarship. For this portion of the presentation, I'm actually going to put Mr. Lanfranco on the spot a little bit, and I'm going to ask Mr. Lanfranco to discuss some of the Bright.
Perfect. This is my thing, the team. I'll take it over here. All right. So Bright Futures, right? So Bright Futures scholarship program is funded by Florida Lottery, and it's a merit-based scholarship. In this chart here, you're gonna see 2 tiers of scholarship. The one that on the top, which says FAS, stands for Florida Academic Scholars. The one on the bottom, which stands for which says FMS, is Florida Medallion Scholars. So both scholarships require the same number of credits. So for English, for math, 3 science, 3 social science, and 2 language credits. The good thing is that you need those to graduate from a high school, with the exception of language. You don't need language to graduate from a high school in Florida. However, you do need 2 years of a language to be admitted to a public university in Florida. So, you know, it fits in with the admissions requirements. On the top, you see there that the GPA is a 3.5 for the top scholarship. Now, that GPA is a calculated GPA by Bright Futures. As Mr. T mentioned earlier, the academic core GPA that students will see on their transcript or on their virtual counselor account is the closest to Bright Futures. The reason Bright Futures is different because they only use those courses on that chart for the GPA, and they also take the best courses. So for example, if a student only needs 3 science credits to graduate, but it took 4 years of science, Bright Futures will take the best 3 science credits and calculate it on the GPA. So that's great. And for the second tier is a 3.0 GPA. Now for test scores, this is where Cambridge comes in big. The general student, the main reason why a student might not earn the scholarship tends to be the test score. The SAT or the ACT are not easy tests. So the advantage of having being Cambridge and potentially earning the Cambridge the HS Diploma is that the test scores are waived. So for example, if your child is in Cambridge and graduates with the HS Diploma, your child only needs the GPA and the service hours, but they will automatically earn the scholarship without the test scores. So that's a big part of it. Like I said before, one of the main reasons that students don't get a scholarship is because of test scores. They even increased test scores this school year. Before, it was like about 30 points less for each scholarship. So definitely that's a huge deal for the students who are in Cambridge. So we have students this year in 11th grade who already know that they have 100% tuition paid for in a public university in Florida, and they can plan accordingly. At the beginning, it's the more you know ahead of time, you can definitely plan better. So that's pretty much the way it works. I want to emphasize though that if your child goes through the Cambridge program but does not earn the HS Diploma, they will still need the actual scores. So the scores are only waived if your child earns the diploma. I hope I covered everything on that point, Mr. T.
Yes, sir. Thank you. That was excellent. That was perfect. One of the things I did want to point out is some of you I know have had students that have graduated from high school already and had different test score requirements. Starting this school year, the state of Florida have raised the SAT and the SAT score requirement. So I did want to make sure I pointed that out. Starting with this graduating class, the standard Bright Futures scholarship, the route to earn the Bright Futures scholarship, has increased test score requirement. Bright Futures requirement with the HS Diploma are only 2 elements. A student will need to earn their HS Diploma, which is the passing of the 7 courses through the 4 curriculum areas, 100 community service hours. If the students have earned those 2, then they have earned their Bright Futures scholarship. Students still need to do the application process. It's important that they don't forget, but this route to the Bright Future Scholarship we have found to be significantly more attainable. I believe we had 47 the school year prior who earned the Bright Future Scholarship through the HS Diploma program, simply at Everglades High School. So that's a huge incentive for students to take these courses and do well. They are rigorous. They are college level courses. We are asking students, especially our fast track, to step out of middle school and into college. And it is not easy path. Asking students who probably never had to study a day in their life to try, and our teachers and our staff are very, very good at expressing to the students the level of work that needs to be done and the rigor that needs to be there for our students to be successful. So what now? The application process is open. On the Everglades High School Cambridge application is online now. We will be sending out bi-weekly emails about acceptances and so this month, week. So the one this week and acceptances will go out to students that have applied and qualified for the Cambridge. After this, out monthly, one. So if your student is in interested in the Cambridge program, I don't like to put a deadline on this, very simply because when the program fills up, the program fills up. We usually have between 100 and 125 spots available for each cohort. So I don't like to say the application will be open until XYZ date. The moment the last seat fills is when that seat fills for the year. Students who might not make it in for this round will also have the opportunity to apply the following year for their sophomore, junior, and senior year. But I know all of our students like to be in elite company and want to have that Cambridge designation as soon as possible. So the Cambridge application, as well as all of our innovative programs, including our newest program, to express to you guys first before anybody else is, we're going to start a year to our 9th grade cohort. And that application is our rigorous engineering, Project Red, rigorous engineering and design, our sports medicine, and our academy. Students that are not at Everglades, I know students that are outside of our zone currently watching and interested in our school. Please make sure you do the process. The reassignment window is open now, and it can be found at browardschools.com/school choice. That window is open, I believe, 3 times before the school year. But once our reassignment is valid, we will not be able to accept anybody else. So again, just like with the CAN application process, my recommendation is to do so as soon as possible. Thank you for joining us. Again, as Ms. Finn and Ms. Thomas said, if you have any questions, the question and answer chat is open and available. If you have any individual questions or something that you wish to work out, or you're looking for guidance in course selection, please email any one of us. Our emails can all be found on the school website. We can be more than happy to set up an appointment to speak with you and ensure that you are selecting the best programs and the best classes for your student and your need. I want to thank you for joining us tonight, and I want to turn it over to any of our other guests if they have anything else they wish to add for the evening.
I'm just going to chime in real quick. Several questions just to kind of differentiate between Fast Track and the Cambridge Academy. It's all about when you take your ACE courses. So not everyone is expected to be in Fast Track in 9th grade. Parents, if you are still tracking down your child and did you do this homework and look at this and are you attending class? If they are not self-motivated and disciplined, the Fast Track is not where you want to start in 9th grade, because as Mr. T said, you have an academic 25-month window, which is 3 school years, to finish the ACE diploma. If you start your ACE courses in 9th grade, you have to complete the 7 for the ACE diploma by 11th grade. If for some reason you don't pass one of those exams in 11th grade, excuse me, they no longer will accept what you passed in 9th grade, and it'll go from 10th through 12th. So please don't think that you have to take the college level courses in 9th grade. There's a lot of maturity that happens between 9th and 10th grade. Our goal is to see the most students be successful as well as earn that ACE diploma while they are earning their standard high school diploma. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas. And just as she said, there's no pressure to go with the Fast Track versus the regular track. We want to make sure that our students are in the best situation for them. Every student is going to be different, and we want to make sure that we are providing the best possible education for each and every one of our students. With that, I want to thank everyone for joining us again. We really appreciate you spending your evening with us. Please, if you have any questions or concerns or anything we can do for you, please reach out to any one of us, and we'd be more than happy to provide that information and that guidance to help you with your selection of courses and programs.